thank you for taking some time.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, which is different than yeah, no, yeah,
Exactly.
or
Yeah, no,
no.
yeah is yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, no, no, yeah, no. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
you got it.
for sure. For sure. Congratulations on Neighborly all over the internet. Congratulations on the tour. For those in Wisconsin, we all know Charlie Berens. For everybody pretty much in the upper Midwest at this point, with your work with Miles, the You Betcha guy, and everybody else that's out there. I want to ask, though, as you're getting ready for this tour, how does this play in Phoenix? Is it everybody from Wisconsin and Minnesota that's coming to see you, or are there people in different parts of the country, they just get the upper Midwest humor thing?
Yeah, I mean the interesting thing that I've found is that people are either from the Midwest or they know someone from the Midwest, and so there's a lot of those kinds of people that come out to the shows. But also, like, whereas the first tours were about the Midwest, this is more like just from a Midwest guy's perspective. So it's kind of like something that everyone can relate to, and at the same time, it really does dive into the Midwest culture for the people looking for that, So it's got a little bit of something for everyone.
No, yeah. No. You want to keep going? We can do this
We
all
can do that
day.
the whole show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about being neighborly. Let's talk about that Midwest experience. And it is something that is unique. You've lived in different parts of the country.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
When you moved around and then you came back, what were the things that instantly you were like, oh, I missed this?
Oh, I mean, I think the idea of not taking yourself too seriously. Like, I lived in Dallas for a little bit. I lived in Los Angeles for a little bit, Washington, D.C., and doing news in those places. And you kind of really do see a bit of like a pretentiousness, I guess, or like a trying to be something you're not, and I'm not saying that, I'm not guilty of that. I'm sure I tried doing that for a while. It's just I didn't quite have the money in the bank account to really give a good go at that, So
Exactly.
But I think what you like about the Midwest is that whoever you are, you're accepted and welcomed, and that's the Midwest at its best. That's not always true, but for the Midwest at its best is a very welcoming place for people.
True that. I have to ask, I thought you were almost going to say, when you said pretentious, I thought you were going to say a little pretentious. Why do we abbreviate things like that?
I don't know. People get lazy and, maybe they're paying by the vowel. I'm not sure. But,
Oh, no.
Oh, I got you with that one.
Oh, look at you, guy. Look at you.
Yeah. We don't pay by the vowel here. We add extra vowels to words,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things you've talked about growing up is you grew up in a big family. It seems that you found ways to get attention. Was this Wisconsin-y character always like in the vernacular, always in the playbook growing up, or did it develop over time?
Oh, it develops over some time. But as kids, we would always do it. Like, we would exaggerate it, and talk to each other and like super exaggerate was because we would go. I mean, we'd basically be imitating my grandpa, and so
I do know, yeah.
And it definitely comes from a place of love, and I so you enjoy it, but the accent has a wide range even throughout Wisconsin. I mean, if you're not from here, you probably all sounds the same. But if you are from here, you can definitely tell, like, sort of the south side of Milwaukee even versus Sheboygan versus the UP and all that.
Oh, yeah. So, yep. Yeah. Them Yoopers don't even start with me on that for sure.
You got it down.
It's my family as well, and that's one of the things, and it is out of love. I too, you did news for a while. I got into broadcasting, and I happened to have I went to college in Iowa, which is almost accentless. And I had one of my buddies in school said to me, he was from Green Bay. He said, "Say you know to me," and I said, "You know," and he said, if you're going to work in this business, he was a theater major, and he said, if you're going to work in this business, you're going to just have to work on those O's and A's, but guy, you're going to be okay. It's just going to take a Scotia time for you.
That is so funny. Yeah, because that the same deal for me, the news business, especially back then. I think they've gotten a little bit more accepting with different regionalisms and accents, but back then it was very much so, you want this very neutral accent, and I did not have that. So
it's okay. You're welcome around here. You're just joining us. Charlie Berens with us. We're excited about the new special Neighborly that's out as we speak, and the dates coming up in Madison, Overture Hall on the 8th and 9th of May. Cannot wait to see you live. Okay, we're Throwback Nation, by the way, so we're 80s and 90s music.
Nice.
Got to throw back with you a little bit. Can you remember a couple of your first Two Tree albums you may have had back in the day?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, the first one I think I got was like Everclear, Sparkle and Fade. So very, very 90s, very 90s. And then, but before that, it was, oh man, I mean, we're going Willie Nelson, was I think maybe the first one. And that was sort of one I got from my parents. Also, The Clash, I got that tape from my uncle, and Bob Seger and Warren G. So those,
Yeah.
I'm going off like the first like kind of selection of tapes and CDs. And tapes was past the time. It was CDs, but we still had tape players around, So, but CDs, that should age me enough as it is.
That's okay. We're vinyl's back. I guess cassettes are making a comeback. Did you hear that?
I did. I did hear that. Yeah.
Why? Because
I think, I will say this. If you have to rotate a record or a tape halfway through listening to it, you pay attention to the songs more. You do. I feel like songs have become such a like commodity, or like it's you can just play it for hours and never listen to it. You ever feel like you're listening to music but not actually listening to it?
Yeah.
Or you're hearing it but not listening to it. I mean, I feel like that just happens today. There's so much that you don't appreciate what someone puts into something. So I think with a tape, it's kind of nice that you can really like take it in, because you're going to have to physically move this in a little bit. So you just pay closer attention,
As long as the tape does not require one of these to wind it back up.
Ah, yes. That's always a pain in the butt right there.
Yeah, for sure. I can't even say for sure with you. Without, I didn't mean to do that, Charlie.
It sounded good. I wasn't even going to bring it up,
For Pete's sake, I tell you. Why do you think this part of the country, Wisconsin, Minnesota, why do we connect with these nostalgic, you're talking about such a wide variety of music that you were growing up with, from Willie Nelson to Warren G. I mean, that's literally, what the gamut. Why do we connect with this nostalgic culture so well, this kind of throwback culture?
We just have this stuff that's there. Like sometimes our clothes aren't nostalgic. We just haven't switched them out, And I mean, if you keep wearing the same thing long enough, it's gonna be a throwback, But yeah, but I'm not sure. I think we just have a lot here that things start at the coast and then make their way inland, and they always have done that. And sometimes you embrace what's coming for you, or sometimes you just say, I'm good where I'm at,
Well, I'll keep my Packers Zubaz pants with that in mind. Are they back yet? I'm not quite sure.
Oh, do that. They've never not been in. Just keep rocking those.
At least in West Allis and Cudahy. So
Yeah. Exactly. If it plays in Cudahy, it'll play anywhere.
Oh, for sure. Packard Avenue represent, you know. One couple two tree before we go today. What is appropriate neighborly asks? What are the things if I'm your neighbor and hey there, guy, wondering if I could borrow some blank.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it could be anything. Could be anything. There's no, as long as it's not borrow your wife, I think you're fine, you know? And even then, if you've got an upside down pineapple in your window, then I suppose that's fair game in love and war, you know? I I had some swingers come to a show of mine and they were talking to me about how you could tell if they were swingers. So that's a whole other scenario right there. I don't really swing that way, if you will, but
Oh yeah.
you know, to each their own.
I don't
Oh
know
yeah. That was
Charlie, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I just don't know about that.
yeah. You know, I was confused myself there, but you know, the way they explained it, I says, well, to each their own, you know, or
Yep,
no.
yep. Yeah, or no, yeah,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. So, well, tell your folks, tell Richard and Molly, I says, hey.
I will. I'll tell Dick and Molly you says hi, all right? And you keep her moving over there.
Throwback Nation with Tony Lorino.